Hello, my name is David Baker. I'm running to be mayor of Maury County. As the recording of this video, it is 5 weeks until the early voting and 8 weeks until the election. And this week, I want to talk about relationships and how important they are. Relationships to me are the most important thing on this earth. How do you say that? Here's why. The Bible says that life consisteth not of the abundance of the things a man possesseth. So if life is not in things, what else is there? It's relationships. I believe first relationship with God, then relationship with our spouse in marriage, then with our children, our friends, our family, and the people in which we work and connect in our community and in our area. I believe that's the most important thing. That's why I took the time to give people that wanted it a gift of the video coaching program on how to help the relationship with your children, and also to give a video coaching program on how to help the relationship with your spouse. If you haven't gotten those yet, go to davidbakerformayor.com, and on the top where it has the banners, click on videos/gifts and go and get those. I believe they'll be a help to you. I've spent lots and lots of time and money and effort to put together things to help people with their relationships, because when relationships are good, life is good. Relationships are bad, life is bad. Doesn't even matter so much about money. J. Paul Getty, the richest man that ever lived at one time, said he would give every dime that he had to have one happy marriage. And that's how important relationships are. Okay, David, so what does it have to do with you being mayor and relationships? Because in that position of county mayor, you need someone who values people, who values relationships, who values working through and getting things done and being able to work together even if it's people with which we disagree. I believe very strongly in a lot of things, but when it comes to the work of getting things done, you have to be able to work with people, even if you disagree with them, on so many things. Some people think because I'm a Christian or a pastor and I believe strongly about things that I'm going to hate or not be able to work with other people. It's exactly the opposite. God says to love people and to care about people. And to me, it's always win-win. What do you need? Here's what we need. How can we work together to accomplish those things? So many times walls go up and attitudes are there because there are many people who just don't play well with others. And that's not what you need in government. You need people who can work together, especially in the county, because what we're dealing with is budgets. We're dealing with roads, we're dealing with schools, we're dealing with education. We're dealing with things that everybody cares about, and we all want the same things. Sometimes there's different ways to get those accomplished, but those things are mutual desires that all of us have. No matter what your background is, no matter where you come from, we want those things to happen. And so someone who understands and believes in relationships and how important they are, it really is important to be in that position. And I promise you that is what I'll be. Many times in our area right now, the city and county don't see eye to eye. And so you have a school board and that's ran by the county, the county school board, and the county commission has to pay for that. And then you have the different cities that are building, and many things happen where they don't work well together. I've heard from many people talking about the bad relationships between the city and the county. I'm working towards that already. I'm meeting with different city officials and talking with them and telling them, hey, I want to work together and I want a good relationship. What can we do to be able to have that? Yes, there's some non-negotiables. Yes, there's some things we need to say no and take a stand on, and we'll do that. But many things are simply working together if we understand what is the need, how can we work together to make that happen? And that's what I want to be able to do and promise that we can. So I wanted to come to you today just to talk about that. If you missed the gifts for relationship with marriage and children, go ahead and get those. But also when you look to vote in just a few weeks, who is it that can work together with the city, with the county, with the school, with the departments, with the leaders to be able to make sure we can get these things done, to be able to make sure we can go forward. Also working with the state, having people there and friends there to make sure that we can accomplish what needs to get done on the state side. We can do that too. I've got friends we just talked to and about the needs that are there and said very simply, yes, this is what we can do. This is how we can get this done. All those things are necessary, and you can't blow up relationships and expect to be able to work together. When you blow up relationships, people remember those things, and it's very hard to be able to go forward. And that's one of the things I want to bring together as the Maury County Mayor. Let's work together with these different groups and entities to accomplish what we need to do to make sure we can make Maury County the best place to raise a family. God bless. To add this when I had the video up before, but for the gift, I wanted to give you something. You may have already seen it, but it was an hour and 15-minute podcast. It's on video of an interview with an atheist. I had posted something on the page, and he disagreed with it, and we ended up discussing it, then getting on the phone, and we would disagree doctrinally, biblically on probably everything, and politically on just about everything, but we were able to have a nice, civil conversation about topics and issues, and it was really good. Found him nodding a lot through what we were saying, and at the end of it, he said, okay, if I lived in Colombia, I'd vote for you. And so that's just an illustration, I think, what can be done, what should be done, what needs to be done, where you can have civil conversations with people, even when you disagree with them. So anyway, take a minute, watch it. It is pretty interesting. So just want to give that to you. You can go to davidbakerformayor.com, and on the top where it says video and gifts, scroll down, and that's where you'll see the opportunity. There'll be the link for that video you can get right there. Okay, take care.